What is up YouTube, it's your boy Lanzeral, back with another video, and in today's video, we're going to be checking out the gameplay reveal trailer for an upcoming MMO that is based on a fairly recent franchise that has been blowing up in popularity both in the East and the West. And the series that this MMO is going to be based on is called Lord of Mysteries. Now, you've never heard of Lord of Mysteries before. This is a Chinese light novel that first published in 2018, and ever since it has gone on to publish a ton of volumes to this day. Now, I feel like a lot of people's first exposure to that series is going to come from the anime, with the anime first airing in June of 2025. I know that's how I first heard about the series, and I will say that anime was top tier. The animation's amazing. Storytelling, amazing. Combat sequence, amazing! And also, even the voice acting. I'm someone who usually doesn't watch dub. I tend to prefer to watch sub from animes, but that's usually when it comes to Japanese animes. With Chinese animes, I'm not particularly used to them, so I ended up going for the dub version. And I must say, the voice acting was actually pretty good. Now, despite the fact that it is extremely popular, I definitely wasn't expecting to all of a sudden see that, one, we're going to be making a game so soon, let alone embark on an MMO journey. Now, a few details about the world of Lord of Mysteries. It is essentially a steampunk Victorian-era meets Lovecraftian horror. So basically, a lot of occult shit based in a Victorian-era setting, which in and of itself is pretty good, with a world I could probably draw some level of comparison to being the world of Harry Potter. Now, with the MMO, they previously had revealed some screenshots of concept art for the game, plus they had also revealed a very brief trailer that basically just showcased environments, no characters, no nothing, just straight up environments. But it seems like with this latest trailer that recently dropped, we're actually going to finally see some gameplay. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and check it out together.
召唤灵界生物的仪式，这些书里似乎都是三流小说家写的惊悚故事。再仔细找找，民间传闻里也许有线索。
That can be in-game graphics already. That shit looking way too good, and we just started!
Hey, 果然非凡知识没那么容易找到，还害我看了2本侦探小说，累死我了！光靠图书馆借来的书肯定找不到。
I wish I could get the translation. Just, you know, just a little subtitle translation on
去地下
there.
市场转转吧。
Not much.
约瑟夫的旧书店也许又有好东西了。学习非凡知识，就是得靠非凡手段。
In the series, there are different agencies. In anime, we kind of followed the Nighthawks, what they're called. So I wonder if in this game we'll be able to choose what agency we want to be a part of.
今天天气真好啊！不好好逛逛，怎么对得起难得的好阳光？人生啊，就应该好好虚度。呀，好热闹！居然有巡游活动，但今天不是什么特殊的节日啊！谁这么大手笔？哦，加德列百货公司，这不是贝克兰德的大百货公司吗？ 难不成要来停更？
But so far, I can't really say I'm gonna get an MMO vibe. It feels more like a single player game.
银质的纽扣，羊皮手工靴子，天鹅羽毛笔，就是我的钱包可要遭炸碎了。快到铁十字街的市场了，这里的瓜果物美价廉，对我的钱包更友好。
Sometimes it's fine to just craft a game with the focus for a single-player experience.
哟，米娅小姐，来块新鲜的后腿肉嘛，上等的黑猪肉。哎，
好啊，我晚餐的时候再来。听说卖猪肉的布彻先生以前是廷根大学文学系的学生。廷大大学生卖猪肉，这事儿当年还上过《老实人报》的头版头条。前面就是工厂区了。 工厂的烟囱把天都。I
have a feeling we're not gonna get any actual like gameplay. It feels like this is.
地下市场藏在恶龙酒吧里。
Yeah, just kind of like
如果没有熟客指路
showcasing the world, but I guess more alive compared to the last trailer we got, where that was just an environment to showcase. 恶龙酒吧以黑啤酒和拳击闻名，每次开赛擂台前都坐满了人。真搞不懂这种野蛮活动有什么好看。 I have a feeling, even though I'm seeing and hearing that they're saying this is going to be an MMO, I don't think it's going to be an MMO. It's probably going to be like an instance-based multiplayer game.
看着5大3粗，其实是个妻管严。
That's honestly what I'm seeing. I don't see this being an
拿羽毛掸子追
MMO
到
right
铁
now.
十字街，被我救了下来。从此我进地下市场就方便多了。
Tight squeeze there.
万能的地下市场
Yeah.
我来了。
This game definitely reminds me a bit more of Hogwarts Legacy with the experience that I had playing that game.
纯手工的，只卖3苏乐6便士。
不用了，谢谢。奇怪了，这不是地下黑市吗？怎么还卖这种儿童产品？
I don't think that's a bad thing. I'm trying to think. I don't think we've had another game kind of like Hogwarts Legacy since Hogwarts Legacy. Hell, I want to say before Hogwarts Legacy. Honestly,
刚淘来的好货，
closest thing I can think of maybe is Bully
偶
from the
遇
PS2,
生物的。
where you had your school life and then you had the city life that you could also go.
不过老板的肝脏看起来不太健康。老规矩，打个8折吧。
你呀，不给你打折，你又要跟我磨半个钟头了。你这砍价的劲头啊，跟我以前一个老主顾很像。
哦，对了，约瑟夫先生，要注意肝脏健康，少喝点黑啤酒哦。
我的个女神啊！我偷喝了2杯也能看出来。现在的大学生就是厉害。
这位小姐，你在
This lady really trying to pimp out this goddamn bag, huh? She said, "You sure you don't want this bag? Look at this bag. This shit is great."
给你便宜
不用了谢谢
3苏乐怎么样？
不是，我堂堂廷根大学高材生，怎么会背这么优质的包？
一个，哎，2苏乐，2
I would love to see combat of any kind. She bought the bag. I didn't even notice the bitch had a bandana. Real fucking happy with her goddamn bag.
卡卡先生。
下午好啊，大学生，想听点什么？
故乡的小茉莉。
得嘞。
Yeah, play me some tunes while I read my book. It better not be the end. What? Loki, she kind of reminds me of a character from the anime, though. I'm gonna pause the video real quick because that is in fact a character from the series. Her name is Audrey Hall, and in the anime, her design is a little bit different. However, it would seem like the design that we're seeing currently in the game matches her design from the light novel to a T. From the dress to the jewelries, everything fits perfectly. So yeah, that mystery solved. Don't know why exactly they decided to showcase that character as they did at the end of the trailer, but I'm sure we'll probably learn a little bit more as we go along. All right, back to the video. I guess this is them just trying to showcase the models. I mean, they look great. I can't deny that aspect. That was a weird way to end the trailer. And that was it for the trailer. Let's just go ahead and start off by stating the world in the game looks beautiful as hell. However, I really was not getting MMO vibes from it, which now leads me to a slight concern, that being the fact that even though it's being touted as an MMO, I have a feeling it's gonna be another Where Winds Meet situation where the game's called an MMO. Well, let's be real, it's not a fucking MMO. Where Winds Meet basically has 2 different worlds, if you want to call them that. It has the single player focus world where you're able to do the story missions, a whole lot of other things, and you are actually able to basically invite friends to join you on certain missions. Then they have what I will basically call the community hub, which encompasses the entirety of the world, and you can barely do shit in those areas. There's just a lot of people around, so you can kind of do more social interaction stuff. But for all intents and purposes, I would not call that an MMO, in my opinion. With what they've showcased so far for Lord of Mysteries, the world itself looks like it is very much crafted to be a single player game. The world itself looks very detailed and very much alive with how many characters you see constantly roaming all over the place, and a lot of the different areas they can kind of go in and perform various actions, which for me speaks more to a single player experience. I don't see myself basically seeing a bunch of other people running all over the place. I feel like that will ruin the vibe of the world that they're going for. However, what I think could potentially happen is that this might end up being an instance-based MMO, which are a type of MMO where basically you can have certain areas of the game that are considered as a hub. You can can basically see other players roam around there, and whenever you're setting up for certain missions, you can queue up with other players or recruit your friends, however you want to do it. That's what I'm predicting if it does in fact end up being an MMO. Now, another thing, this game is apparently going to be releasing on PC and mobile. Now, I know there are a lot of people out there who still feel like when you hear a game is going to be releasing on mobile, that basically brings down the quality, and I feel like that's not the case anymore. We've had so many games that have been released for both console, PC, and mobile, and their quality is honestly insane. Again, Whirlwind's Meat's probably a pretty good example as something that came out very recently. We also have games like Withering Waves, we have 700. There are a lot of other games out there that now release across both mobile and PC and console that are genuinely pretty fucking good. So I'm not usually worried whenever I see that anymore. As for the pricing model, since this is going to be releasing on mobile, safe to say this is potentially going to be a free-to-play game and will probably rely heavily on cosmetics. That honestly might explain why they showcased the end of the trailer the way they did, with the very detailed model with the dress and the jewelry and all the, let's just be clear, a whole bunch of accessories that were showcased. Basically, they're trying to give you an idea of some of the cosmetics that you might be able to buy in the game. That's definitely something to look out for if you're someone who doesn't care for, you know, the free-to-play. I will say gacha in this case. I'm going to assume it's strictly cosmetic. I do not see this game being a gacha game. Let's be extremely clear. This one's probably going to be strictly cosmetics, but China also can tend to have very aggressive monetization for their cosmetics. So again, if you've played Where Winds Meet, you have a very good idea of what I'm talking about. So we'll see how that ends up going. But overall, the game looks phenomenal so far. A little disappointed we didn't actually get to see like proper gameplay, like combat or anything like that. But the world showcase that they've done so far gets me pretty excited. Again, the series itself is extremely popular. The anime was very good. So I feel like they have a level of, they have a standard that they're trying to maintain, and I feel like they're going to hopefully bring that to the game as well. But that is it for the video. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are in the comments below about the gameplay reveal for LotM Mysteries. Does the world so far have you excited, or are you like me and you actually want to see some proper gameplay before you end up making a full decision? And one more thing, if you're someone who likes anime, I highly recommend go watch the animated series for LotM Mysteries. It's genuinely freaking good. But if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you like what we do when it comes to video game news and reviews, and turn on that notification bell so you never miss when a new video drops. Alright y'all, that is it for me. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will catch you all later. Peace.